Welcome to On at 6 Steel Club Warm-Up 1. In this series, we're going to start from the ground up. So we're going to mobilize our feet and ankles before we move up the chain all the way up to our head to complete the series. Let's go ahead and weight our body on our left foot. So put all of your weight on your left foot. Drive your right heel gently into the ground. We're going to trace our foot here. So trace from the heel to the outside edge of the foot, to the pinky toe, to the big toe, back to the instep, all the way back to the heel, all the way around the outside. Notice the knee traces around in a circle. As you go to the outside edge, the knee floats outside the edge of the foot. As you go to the toes, the knee floats forward. On the instep, the knee floats inside. And as you extend the knee back, you reach the heel. All the way around for two more. And then stop at the front. We're going to go the other way. All the way around the outside, back to heel, instep to toe. Outside to heel, instep to toe. We're really training the edges of our feet to be aware of how they interact with the ground, making sure that we're sensitive to how the feet play with the knees and the hips all together now. All right, switch to the other side. Weight on your right foot, left heel drives into the ground, instep to toe, pinky out to the pinky toe, back to the heel. Instep to big toe, out to the pinky toe, and back to the heel. We're going to do 5 on each side in each direction. So here's 3, out to 4, and 5. Good, let's change directions. Heel outside to toe, inside to heel. As we go through this, you're driving the edges of the feet into the ground, gradually increasing the amount of weight that you're placing on that edge. The more you weight the edge, the more you're gaining strength and sensitivity and awareness of where that edge is. Great, so 5 in each direction. We're gonna keep our feet a little bit wider here. We're gonna do something nice and fun called the Tootsie Roll, right? If you take this to the dance floor, that's on you. But for right now, we're gonna be looking at just continuing what we were doing with the feet and carrying this all the way up into a nice circle, engaging all the way up to the hips. So feet a little wider, hands above your knees. We're gonna take our feet to the instep, to the toe, big toe, to the pinky toe, driving the knees out, all the way back to the heels, and then in. Forward, out, back, and in. So that's 2. We're gonna keep with that magic number of 5. So roughly about 5 repetitions in each direction. All right, 4, last one. Tracing big circles, 5. Go the other way, out, forward, in, and back. 1, 2. See if you can make those circles a little bit bigger as you warm up, as you go through these ranges of motion. Find the edges of your feet. Last repetition coming up. And 5. Good, stand up. We're gonna narrow our stance a little bit more now. We're gonna point our toes directly forward. We're gonna be working our lower legs, particularly our shins, and focusing on a nice neutral stacked posture. Head on top of shoulders, on top of hips. Think about your knees traveling forward, your hips staying directly over your heels. Go ahead and push your knees forward, sink down, shoulders back, chest up. Good, hold. Think about your shins. Pull your shins towards the top of your feet and then press out all the way up. I'm gonna do that again. Float those knees forward, hips stay directly over the heels, staying upright in your torso, and then up. We're gonna do 3 more times. Sink down, pull the front of your shins to the top of your feet, sharpen the angle of your ankle, and then drive all the way up. 2 more times. See if you can get a little bit further. Keep your knees tracking your big toe. Keep your knees in, don't try to flare them out. Feel that stretch on the front of your, or the tension on the front of your shin. Last one, all the way down. We're just teaching that knee to track that big toe, getting the ankle to work in what we call dorsiflexion, right? And then drive all the way up. From there, the low legs should be feeling a little bit of activation. We're gonna be working now the backside on the upper part of the leg. So let's drive our chest proud, elbows back, soften the knees, lift the hips up and back for a high hinge. Lifting the hips high, keeping the chest slightly higher than the hips, drive all the way up. 1, pull those hips up and back, lengthen the backside of those thighs. Up for 2, lift the hips up and back, feel that stretch, feel that length. Up for 3, 2 more times. All the way up, and stand. Good. Pull the hips up and back, chest up and out. Stand. From there, we're going to keep our feet a little bit wider again, toe in just a smidge. Soften the knees. We're going to think with our right hip reaching towards the back right corner of the room, chest up, hip out and back. How far can you sit that hip back and out? Stand all the way up in the middle, out to the left, hip out. Feel that stretch on the outside rear portion of that hip, right behind that femur bone as it rotates in its socket, reaching the hip out and back in the corner. 45 degrees out and back to the right, out and back to the left. Really try to get a stretch on all of this tissue on the outside portion of the hip. Here's 4 on each side. Last one coming up, 5 and 5. So we started getting the outside of our hips to open up a little bit. We open up the back side of our hips. So let's start in the back here. Pull the hips back, hit that corner on the right, drive into the outside edge of the hip, pocket to the side of the room, hips forward, outside edge of the pocket to the other side. Feel that hip load back to that 45 and straight back. That's our hip circle all the way around. Hit all of those key parts. Here we go. 2, don't skim over that 45, don't skim over that side. That's where the meat of that tension is, in that side pocket. Here's 3, all the way around. Really mobilize those hips, particularly in those areas that are tightest. Where are they tightest? On the sides. They're going to be tighter in those side pockets. So really, if you have to stop there, feel that out, change directions. Out to the side, forward, out to the side, 45 back, all the way back. Really just feel the transition. Where is it the tension greatest? If you feel like, hey, it's really stuck in this little spot here, go ahead and hang out there just for a second. Feel that tension and then move through it. Here's 3. 2 more times for our hip circles. 4 and 5. Good. So we're going to stand up tall now. Feet are going to be narrower, so bring your feet in. You're going to weight all your body on your left foot. So imagine I push down into my left foot, stack everything over this left foot. The right foot is now relatively free to move. So what I'm going to do with my right foot is I'm going to drive the heel down, lift the toes off the ground, and then lift the foot out to the side. Don't worry about how high it is. Worry about staying stacked on top of your left foot. As you do that, drive down into your left foot, drive out into your right foot, raise the foot a little bit higher. Good. So bring it down. We're going to hit that same point. Up and out. 2, down. Up and out. 3, down. Stay tall. Fight for height. Up. 4, and up for 5. Don't worry about how high the foot is. Worry about how tall and stacked your body remains. Now all the weight on your right foot. Okay, drive the left foot up and out. Stay tall. Lift it a little bit higher. That's your top point. Bring it back down. That's 1. Up and out. 2. Up and out. 3. You should be able to hold that top position just for a split second without falling. 4 and 5. Beautiful work. So that lateral leg raise, we want to work on stability. Stability first and foremost. Left foot weights again. All your weight on your left foot. Take your right heel and slide it up your front of your knee and then thigh. Toe forward for hacky sack. Down, touch the heel. Think about your right knee crossing over your midline. Like you kind of got to go potty. Heel up and out to the side, toes forward. 1. Up and in. Up and out. That's 2. Up and in. Up and out for 3. In. Out 4. In. And out for 5. Place your weight on your right foot. Shake out your left foot if it's a little tight. Put all your weight down on the right foot. Heel up and sliding up your thigh for in. Knee sliding up your thigh for out. Toes forward each time. 1. Up and in. Up and out. 2. Up and in. Up and out for 3. In. Out 4 on the hacky sack. In. Out for 5. Plant both feet down, hip width. Soften the knees, tuck your tailbone under gently. we're gonna be working our gunslinger. So remember on our hinge, we drove our elbows back, chest forward. Think about doing that again, but keep our ribs down. From here, exhale, tuck the hips under, spread the shoulder blades apart, bring your knuckles forward to the front of the room. Chin off your chest. Inhale, chest proud, elbows back. Exhale, tuck the hips under, spread the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, drive the chest forward. Exhale, spread the shoulder blades apart. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale for our gunslinger. Last one. Inhale and exhale. From here, think about staying nice and tall. We're gonna take our right hand up, our left hand down. We're gonna slide. So think about being between 2 panes of glass, tilt directly over to the side, bring your left shoulder closer to the left hip, and then reach both arms in opposite directions. Try to straighten out both arms. Spread your fingertip to fingertip as wide as possible. Straight wrists, straight arms, opposite side. That's 1 to each side. Really reach, opening up those ribs on the top side of your body as you flex to the side. So if your top hand is your right hand, you should feel your right rib cage open up. If your top hand is your left hand, feel the left rib cage, side of your rib cage open up. Exhale to encourage that opening, to release tension. Last one on each side for this nice lateral flexion exercise. Beautiful. From there, stand nice and tall. Think elbows high. Hips are gonna stay nice and relaxed, soft knees. Think with your right elbow first. Rotate your right elbow to the wall directly behind you. Eyes back, reach back with the hand, thumbs up, 7 up, and then return. Rotate to the left. Point the elbow, extend the arm, thumbs up, 7 up, and return back to center. Nice and controlled. Exhale. That's 2 to the left, right, 2 to the left. Try to take the arch out of your low back. Keep your hips tucked underneath you. Stay stacked directly over your feet. No arching the back to overreach. You want true vertical rotation through the hips, through the spine. We're allowing the hips to rotate here. Last one. Great. Stand nice and tall again. As we got T-spine rotation in, we're gonna go ahead and work on our scapular movement. We're gonna elevate and depress our scapula. So thumbs up, thumbs forward, I should say, in a neutral grip, chest proud. Stay nice and tall. We're gonna think about bringing our shoulders to our earlobes and back down under control. 1. Inhale up, exhale, under control. Take note of any clunky movements. You don't want it to be clunky, you want it to be smooth. So inhale smooth, exhale smooth on the way down. Inhale smooth on the way up, exhale smooth on the way down. Last one. Inhale the shoulders up, exhale the shoulders down. We're gonna lift them up, and we're gonna pinch the shoulder blades back. Keep the ribs down, put the shoulders down in your back pockets. Reach forward, up, back, down, forward. Up, back, down, forward. 2 more times. Up, back, down, forward. Last one. Up, back, down, forward. All the way up, forward now. Forward, down, back, up. All the way through this big circular motion. Coordinate the shoulder blades, trying to keep your posture as true as possible. Stay upright, stay tall. 2 more times. All the way around. And last one, stay tall. Coordinating the shoulder blades is important before we start really moving the shoulders themselves. So sink the shoulders down and back, chest proud, knuckles back. Think about creating an uppercase A out of your body, an arrow, if you will. Your feet are the bottom point of the arrow, the tail of the arrow. Your head is the tip of the arrow. Your hands are the ends of the points to each side. So knuckles back, stay tall, ribs down, fight for height. We're gonna make small circles at the bottom of this A. 3, 4, 5. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, we're gonna make a T out of our body. Knuckles back, shoulders down, circle back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From a T up to a Y. Shoulders down, ribs down. Backward circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now overhead, we're going to go to an I. Point the 2 remote controls up to the ceiling. So thumbs point to the ceiling. Extend those wrists, ribs down, hips tucked under, knees soft. Circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now down. From our shoulders, we're going to go ahead and get our neck. We're going to go ahead and start here, tall, neutral. Focusing on retraction is a focus. Our forward head position is something we want to address. So stay tall, ribs down. Think about chin reaching down and forward, feeding that dysfunction, reaching the chin up and back, pulling the back of the head towards the back wall and lifting up through the crown. Down and forward, up and back, down and forward, up and back. Down and forward, up and back, down and forward, up and back. From here, we're going to take our hands on our sternum. So hands on the sternum, pull the rib cage down. As you pull the rib cage down, think about chest lifts, chin lifts to the sky, elbows pull down and back. Release down, anchor your ribs down, lift your chest, lift your chin, and release down. 2, anchor, chest lifts, chin lifts. For 3, anchor, chest lifts, chin lifts. For 4, last one, anchor, chest lifts, chin lifts. For 5. Anchor your hands down again, reach down through those fingertips, palms forward, right ear to right shoulder, reach down through the left fingers, back to center. Left ear to left shoulder, reach down through the right fingers, back to center. To the right, to the left. 2, right, left. 3, right, left. 4, right, left. 5. Last but not least, we're going to coordinate all of this upper body movement into a nice extension bias. We're going to think about elbows into our sides, into our hips, make a W with our arms, knuckles up and out to the side. Ribs down, elbows driven down, hips tucked under. Think about dragging your knuckles back to the wall behind you. Extend slowly to the A. Rotate the knuckles forward, rotate up and back, make that W. Elbows down, chest proud, hips tucked under. Drag those knuckles back. 2. Rotate, double back fist, elbows down, get tall, ribs down, extend back. 3. 2 more times. Knuckles back, elbows down, ribs down, hips tucked under, rotate back. For 4, last one, rotate, knuckles back, elbows down, hips tucked under, extend back. For 5. All right, team, we just paid it into our body. We're going to ask it to work. We primed it, we prepped it. We paid it into our joints and connective tissues. Our body's ready to work. Hope you are too.